So this not quite so little CarPlay device is available from Amazon for around about 70 or 80 pounds, maybe about sort of $90 or something. But is it any good? Well, let's find out. Okay, so I've got this CarPlay device. As I said, it's about 9.5 inches or so, 9.7 inches, so it is pretty large. And I've got a little Kia Picanto, so it does actually look quite large on the dashboard, but you know, sometimes big is always better, as people say. And you can certainly see the screen very well when doing maps and stuff. So this is a Apple CarPlay device, plus also the Android version as well. Okay, so you've got all the features you'd expect for a CarPlay device. You've obviously got your ability to switch on CarPlay here, and you've also got Android Auto. So if I load up a CarPlay, then you get all the usual. It's your phone, if you want to make phone calls, you've got your sat navigation, you've got messages, and you've got various things like podcasts, audiobooks, and all that sort of good stuff. And if you do this, swipe the screen, you can get access to your map, as well as other settings, like if you're playing any music or things. One of the nice things, of course, of having such a large device is it certainly makes navigation so much nicer by having your full screen. Of course, you've got access to things like podcasts, so you can entertain yourself while doing your long journeys. You've got other features like Bluetooth music, AirPlay, Android Cast, that you can also set, for example, whether you want the sound to come from the actual device itself, or you can actually route it to your speakers. I've actually got a Bluetooth dongle connected into my car stereo, so that means I can get the sounds of my podcasts and music to come from the actual speakers, as well as the navigation. In terms of the reversing camera, you do have this feature available. Now, I don't actually have the ability for it to switch on automatically because I haven't got around, and I also don't know yet how to connect it to the reversing light. But those who know can then come into here. You can calibrate the reversing lines to actually make sure they are suitable for your particular car. In addition to the reversing camera, you also get this additional front camera that just clips on the front of the device. So this means this front-facing camera acts as a dash cam, and it has features like collision sensitivity. Not quite sure how that works yet, but it should automatically switch on if it detects a collision, so I'm not going to go out and just test that just for the sake of it. You can also choose things like the recording resolution, and I think it goes up to 4K, which is nice. I don't think you particularly need your dash cam in 4K, but if you particularly wanted to, it's available for you. And then if you actually want to view the camera at the same time, you click the button and you can see the two cameras, the front-facing one and also the reversing camera here. So in terms of mounting options, there are two options included in the box. One is via the windscreen, which is by obviously a normal suction mount. So far, after about a couple of weeks of use, I found it's perfectly fine. It's quite stable. The only disadvantage, of course, is that it gets picked up in the dash cam on the front camera, but I'm not too bothered by that. The other option is it comes with this sticky mount for the dash, for going on the dashboard. So that's an alternative way of doing it, which means you don't have to then worry about it actually appearing in the view. Now, in terms of actually quality of the screen, I think the quality of the screen is very nice indeed for the price point. It's perfectly usable. I find the response to the buttons perfectly fine, just like using a mobile phone. You can swipe through your screens perfectly fine. It's good responsive for things like sat nav, and that works perfectly fine. Okay, so you might be wondering, how exactly does it connect to your phone? Well, it just connects via Bluetooth straight to your normal mobile phone, which means you don't have to worry about putting your mobile phone and draining the batteries while you use it as a sat nav, because you can simply just plug your mobile phone into the charging point of your car while it's actually connected to the CarPlay. So that's very nice indeed. Now, in terms of the actual quality of this device, I say for the price point, it's a really nice device. It's probably a little bit even too big for my little car, but as I said, a big screen on a bigger car is going to look really, really fantastic. One of the nicest features I particularly like is just the fact that it comes with a reversing camera. Now, I'm one of these drivers who just can't do parallel parking just to save my own bacon. I'm just the world's worst when it comes to that. I've already got reversing sensors, so having a little camera as well means even I can probably manage to get into a space. But in terms of things, the other features, it's a perfectly nice little CarPlay device, and I think for the price point, I would certainly recommend it. So I hope this video is useful, guys. If it is, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon on another video.